Hey, this is Anthony Cesari with SuccessForYourSongs.com. In this video, we're going to be looking at a simple method for writing words to music, and this is important because if you don't do this, you run the risk of having lyrics that sound wordy. So we're going to take a look at a way to make your lyrics more musical. Being music-minded when you're writing lyrics can prevent your lyrics from sounding wordy. Wordy lyrics can negatively affect your melody, and for that reason, I want to address how you can write lyrics that can easily be sung in a melody. So first we'll talk about the spoken rhythm of your words. The rhythm of a line happens as a result of a pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables within a phrase. So I'll indicate these unstressed syllables with the syllable ba, and the stressed syllables with the sound bum. So for example, the phrase lonely and waiting has this rhythm, bum ba ba bum ba. You hear how the syllables lone and wait are stressed in their respective words, while li and ing are unstressed in those same words. Lonely and waiting, bum ba ba bum ba. The word and is also unstressed, and if you say that phrase to yourself, you'll hear that just the way I just did there. The accented syllables are longer, louder, and also have a higher pitch, and that's what makes them stressed. So this combination of stressed and unstressed syllables in the phrase lonely and waiting, or in any phrase for that matter, are what creates its natural sonic shape. And if you need to figure out the stresses in a word with more than one syllable, you can usually hear them by sounding them out. So for a word with two or more syllables, like lonely, it's usually best to listen for the accented syllable and assume that the remainder of the syllables are unaccented. But if you need help with this, you can always check a dictionary. A dictionary will define which syllables are stressed and which ones aren't when you look up a word with more than one syllable. So, for example, when I look up the word loving in the dictionary, I'm presented with a phonetic pronunciation that shows me loving. And the stressed syllable there is given in bold. Single syllable words aren't as easy. Some of them are stressed and some aren't. And again, it's best to listen to them within a phrase to determine which are accented and which are not. But if you get stuck, you can reference this rule of thumb. Just assume any single syllable nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs are stressed. In other words, words that carry meaning are accented or stressed, and other words are not. And you won't find the answer in the dictionary for single syllable words. So in our example, lonely and waiting, the word and did not get stressed because it's not a noun, verb, adjective, or adverb. Alright, so with that in mind, it's important to talk about writing in rhythms, because as you know, music has a rhythm to it, and a lot of times the words and the phrases that we speak aren't very rhythmic. But since you know that your music will have a rhythm, you can write your lyrics to a rhythm even if they don't have any music yet. And if you take this approach, you'll know that what you're writing will more easily fit into a song. So let's look at an example. Let's say I write 2 lines of lyric that say this: looking out into the sky, the night is so beautiful. Now, if I write those lines into their rhythmic patterns, I'd end up with this: looking out into the sky, this night is so beautiful. So there I highlighted the stressed syllables in bold as I was emphasizing them while I was saying them. Now we can also take the words out and isolate their patterns, in which case it would be bum ba bum bum ba ba bum ba bum ba ba bum ba ba. So you can see that that first line doesn't really have a consistent rhythm. It has a strong stress, then a weak stress, then 2 of each before ending on a strong stress. And the second line is better and more organized rhythmically by having 2 weak stresses between each strong stress, but it doesn't match the first line. And not that matching each of your lines is a requirement, but it tends to make things easier depending on how your melody is written. So things might get a little chaotic when we start to put these 2 particular lines to music because their rhythms are random. So what if instead we started with a rhythmic pattern and then matched our words to that pattern? Writing out your stresses first lends itself to writing catchy melodic motifs, which is really important when you're writing a song. So the rhythm of the second line was pretty good, so we'll stick with that and we'll just use it twice. So let's say we want our lyrics and our melody to have this rhythm: ba bum ba ba bum ba 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 bum ba ba bum ba ba. So you can see how that just looks and sort of flows better already. And now we just have to find words that fit that pattern. We know we want the second line from our previous example because that one worked, so we'll just keep that. And we want to stay with the same lyrical idea, so we can try a first line that's maybe something like, the sky is so magical, with which rhythmically works out to be, the sky is so magical, or ba bum ba ba bum ba ba. So now we have two lines with a good consistent rhythm that match each other. So we shouldn't have much of a problem fitting these words to music. So again, the sky is so magical, the night is so beautiful is now our two-word phrase, which works out to be ba bum ba ba bum ba 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 bum ba ba bum ba ba. You can see how the two lines are matched rhythmically because of the stresses in the words. So you can hear the consistency and the rhythm of these lyrics just by speaking them aloud. And they have a good rhythm that's the same from line to line, which will make them pretty easy to put them into a melody. This is an approach you can take whether you have a melody and you want to match your words to the music, or if you're writing your lyrics first and you want them to be written rhythmically before you even develop your melodies. So either way, this approach will help you organize the stresses of your words to be more rhythmic and lend themselves to being placed in music. It might be a little trickier to find the right lyrical phrases you're looking for, but your melodies will drastically benefit from this approach, and this tends to be the game of songwriting, is getting your lyrics and your words to fit your music appropriately. So I think if you take this approach, you'll start to get very effective with doing that and have some songs that people really want to sing along to and enjoy. So thanks for checking out this video. If you're looking for a lot more information on writing lyrics, I've got a great resource for you in the link below this video, so check that out there. And thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.